Good morning. Good morning, Kathleen and Jeffrey, Carol, and Christopher, and Jill, and Laura, Michael, Irma, Myrna, Kathy, and Doris, Bruce, and Joyce, and Tammy, and Nikki. Thank you so much for joining this morning. And Lydia, Michelle, and Nan. And everyone, welcome, Juanita. Good morning, Joseph and Charles. Thank you for joining us wherever you're joining us from. This is our 6 a.m. Pacific time daily spiritual practice. The daily spiritual practice part got me to thinking about something that I thought this particular community of Centers for Spiritual Living daily practicers might be interested in. Did you know that Centers for Spiritual Living has an app for your smartphone, for your iPhone or for your Android? And it is a daily affirmation, CSL daily affirmation app. And every day it shows up with the affirmation for the day. And the wonderful thing is, if you belong to a center for spiritual living or a study group or teaching chapter, you're likely following along with the daily themes, the weekly, monthly themes, the global themes. And these affirmations are synced with those themes. So every morning this comes up and there's the option to share it. Or if I like it particularly well, I can save it down to my phone and look at it often. So I really love that. You just go to your app store on Android or iPhone and search for CSL Daily Affirmations, and you'll see that it's available for 2022. We are using for this practice in the morning or whenever you're joining 365 Science of Mind, a year of daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of this movement, Centers for Spiritual Living. And I'm using the Kindle version. And my practice is to copy the text and then read it through and restate it in my own words. And that is a lovely practice to do. And one of these days, I will talk about what my practice for restating is. What are the conventions that have become normal for me to use? Because some people have asked me about that. So for today, on the 28th of June, let us take a moment to get settled into our physical being so we can consider these affirmative words and use them as an anchor and a guide for the day. There is a spiritual power at the center of everything that is, a spiritual power that is the source of all. The spiritual power at the center of me is the same spiritual power that is at the center of all that is. It is limitless, whole, alive, and peaceful. Today, I dedicate myself to being mindfully aware of this spiritual power at the center of all that is, and to draw upon it from within me and to refer to it for guidance and strength. Today, I am aware that there is nothing in all of creation that can confuse me or influence me, that the only thing that influences me is the spiritual power at the center of my being. It fills my imagination, it guides my thoughts, and it warms my heart. As I move through the world today, whatever I encounter, I bless with the affirmation that the spiritual power that is at the center of my being is also present and available everywhere to all. The spiritual power within me works in such a way that it draws everything into my experience from itself, everything that is necessary for me to live a meaningful, engaged, compassionate life. Friendship, love, connection, belonging, health, harmony, joy, and so much more all of it comes from that living spirit that is at the center of all being, at the center of my being. And as I rest in this awareness, dwelling in it, I realize that nothing but good can go out from me, and that the good that I receive is the completion of a circle of spiritual energy flowing. So today, as I move through the world, I invite myself, I let myself, I encourage myself to pay attention to my thought, to my feelings, and to the world around me, remembering always to return to this awareness. There is a spiritual power at the center of all that is limitless, whole, alive, and present. As I breathe deeper and become aware again of the movement of the breath in my physical form, and take in the environment, and perhaps refer to the flame and its steadiness and warmth. I let some of these thoughts and their feeling linger with me today as I move through the world. Thank you for joining me today, for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.